Hey Gemini, welcome into your reading. Today we're just going to do a general reading for the dates September the 21st through September the 28th. We're going to do a look at your past, your present, your future, and then we're going to pull some cards out of the cauldron to call out maybe some things we might need to work on together to pull out of this reading, or things that you might need to take a look at yourself. So today we're going to be doing the card reveal over the top of the Lovers card because Gemini is associated with the archetype of the Lovers. So let's get into the reading and see what Gemini wants to say. Gemini's dates are May 21st through June 20th. They are a trickster energy. They dance between ideas, personas, dimensions. They're always curious, never still. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Let's shuffle up. We got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse position. So normally, Gemini, in the upright position, the Seven of Pentacles talks about, so you've planted some seeds, okay? And you've got, say, you've kind of done good with your finances a little bit. You've made some money maybe, or you're working on finances. You've got some awards under your belt, let's say, or maybe this is relationships. These are some experiences that are underneath you, and you've planted a seed here, and you're kind of in this position where you're just watching things grow, okay? But I kind of feel like maybe there's like this kind of putting off something here. Let's take a look at that energy of the Seven of Pentacles in the reversed position, and I'm going to shuffle that one more time. So yeah, frustration, impatience, yeah. Short-term focus, unfinished. And I wouldn't doubt it. You guys are like so in a hurry all the time, and that's not bad. That's not bad. It's just maybe misinvestment, a delay of some kind. But it's followed by the Wheel of Fortune, okay? And the Wheel of Fortune is in the passive position, this feminine energy here. So I kind of feel like maybe you're kind of understanding these cycles of life, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is definitely talking about all the cycles. So we could be talking about fixed signs over here: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. You see the winged creatures in the sides here, so that could be that energy. But I don't really like calling out particular signs right off the bat. But the Wheel of Fortune is an amazing card because if you'll notice inside here with the lettering, we got T-A-R-O, which spells tarot, obviously. We've got O-R-T-A, which is also a mythical character. But Rota, R-O-T-A, depending on which way you look at this, could all be signs of, and Rota means the wheel. So this Wheel of Fortune is always talking about cycles on a wheel, the turning wheels of things. But I think you're either seeing these things take place and you're looking for some justice upon something because you're manifesting justice. In this third position, that is the manifestation position. So that's a good thing. And what are we manifesting towards? And this grounding number 4 card talks about what you're grounding to, what you're stabilizing in, what you're what kind of balance in your life type scenario. And it looks like we've got the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse position. So the 10 of Pentacles talks about this loyalty, this family legacy, this camaraderie. It could be a social circle, people you hang with or whatever, but we're seeing it, the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse position. So we are going to take a look at that together. Instability, financial struggles, family conflict, misalignment, and isolation and a breakdown. Hate to hear that. So that's in the past, okay? That's in the past, and it looks as though maybe some of that little bit of energy has followed you forward here. So let me see. We got the Page of Swords in the reverse, Three of Cups upright, and then the Hierophant. And both of these, just right off the bat, noticing Justice and the Hierophant are both in the manifested position. So you are really doing some serious introspection here. There's a Page of Swords in the reverse. The page is this youthful energy, you know, this bright sprite. Here we go. I'm ready. I'm energized. Also the communication card, which is Gemini, okay? Air signs. So, you know, in this masculine position over here, which is where the Page of Swords sits, just energies. It doesn't have to be female, male. We're just, you know, talking about energies right now. But, you know, air signs. So, you know, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But like I said, I really don't like calling out necessarily, you know, signs right off the bat, because sometimes down the line you can get a whole lot of cards out there, and really we could be talking about one person, we could be talking about, you know, all 12 of the signs here. So, but anyway, it looks like in this passive position, your heart or your content is really set on this union of reciprocation, of coming together. There's the Three of Cups talks about this, a sisterhood. It could be a, you know, sort of like where the Ten of Pentacles would represent family. This could be like a social circle. And it looks like maybe you're not receiving some information from this social circle that you're needing. I want to take a look at the Page of Swords in the reversed position here. If I could find the damn button, right? Here we go. And I apologize, I have to go through all of these buttons, you know, 900 times. All right. So gossip, immaturity, hesitation, overthinking, doubt, and superficiality. Okay. So what the hell would be, what would be affecting this? Yeah. So maybe somebody is not happy about, you know, whatever social circle you're, or they're not communicating and you know it, okay? And it's followed by the Hierophant here. And the reason I say that is because the Hierophant kind of gives me this traditionalist type of view. Yep, there's some nostalgia taking place. Okay, makes a little more sense. So right now in this future here, there is a scenario where you are wanting to participate, okay? And there's no communication coming in, a little bit of a stalemate. And you're manifesting some very important information, okay? Maybe you're taking in, you know, the Hierophant is like the pillar, the stellar of the traditional type of spirituality. It doesn't necessarily have to be traditional, but it could very well be you're looking into non-traditionalist type information, you know, and being kind of a steward, or like a you know, an apprentice, so to speak. And you're also feeling this nostalgia type energy. Okay, you're grounding yourself in this nostalgic energy, which is beautiful, right? Okay, so I'm going to keep rolling because I need a little bit more. Okay, this is wonderful energies, but where is it? What do we need to know here? We've got the Queen of Cups in the reversed position, and then we've got the Three of Wands upright. And what else is coming? Cool. Awesome. So then you got the Four of Wands. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is you know, the mystery. She is like the, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, I think you've got some serious goo eyes for someone, something going on. So the Queen of Cups is mystery, intrigue, and it makes sense because you've got the Hierophant over here, you know, and the nostalgia card, or the Six, you know, of Cups right next to it. What are we nostalgic about? And the reason I'm seeing the, you know, the Queen of Cups is the only card in the deck that has the lid on the cup, okay, which is symbolizing, you know, revealing information, this revealing secrets, revealing knowledge, revealing the truths, hidden truths, revealing, you know, things that are on your mind. So I want to show you real quick the Queen of Cups, if I can do it right. And that's in the reverse position now. So there is this emotional instability, suppression, oversensitivity, moodiness, vulnerability. And it's, you know, it's not common for Gemini to be in a vulnerable state sometimes, because they really like to be grounded. But I feel like that's a beautiful thing, to be vulnerable, you know? I mean, open yourself up to new things, new ideas, new opportunities. And I'm seeing that with the Three of Wands, right? You know, you've got your cards, or you got your cards. I got the cards, you don't. You got the Wands that are placed into the ground. You know, these are things that you've accomplished, right? And you're holding this other staff, looking out over this barren landscape, saying, "There's got to be more." This is an angst, an anxiety type scenario where I am like, I say not necessarily anxiety, but you're looking out because you know intuitively that there is more. The intuitiveness comes from that Hierophant position. So you're feeling this nostalgia. You're also in this mystery. I wonder. And we got the Union card. Okay, this could be marriage. This could be coming together in celebration with you know, a particular person. We are seeing a relationship wise. This could be, you know, third party relationships, throuple relationships. This could be, you know, any kind of setting like that. So proposals perhaps coming in. Maybe you're waiting on a proposal from somebody. The Ace of Wands is kind of that symmetrical, yeah, everything's good, right? I mean, so not necessarily just that, but you know, the Ace of Wands does kind of you know, steer towards that. We'll take a look at that just so I don't get, you know, killed in the comments. But hey, that's not the card. Let's go back here. We're going to try that again. How about this card? Ace of Wands, inspiration, potential, new beginnings, creativity, ambition, action, and growth. I'm sorry, my fingers are not really wanting to work very good right now. So, but yeah, so some action coming in, something's coming up in your future. This is definitely a definite. So if you're waiting on this proposal, yep, it's coming. I kind of am concerned about the Queen of Cups in the reversed. You know, what is it? What's on your mind here? These cards kind of go together here. Queen of Cups and the Hierophant. And down here in your present moments, you're studying the, you know, traditionalist ways. Maybe you're having to appease a traditional way, and maybe you're not so traditional. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw the 4 cauldron cards and maybe take a look at what, or draw out of this a little bit more information of what's going on here. So let's see here. Excuse me. Okay, so we got the 8 of Pentacles in the upright position. We got the Lovers in reverse. Okay. Yep. I say, yep, and you're like, what? There it is, the offering coming in, divine offering. So this Lovers is just upside down for you, and you're not sure. Are you in love? Are you really, really in love? You might be with somebody, and this is causing a situation where maybe you're having to make a choice, a decision, or you're understanding it's a cycle, perhaps karmic. Who knows? I don't know, but you got your head tucked into your work, right? Kind of gray skies for you. You're moving away from this materialistic type of view, which is why I said with the Hierophant, okay? This draws into question this Hierophant for me, saying you have lots of pentacles here. This could be family, the stability in family. These could be, like I said, work, your contracts with, you know, say you got car payment, got house payment, mortgage, whatever it is. This could talk about, you know, really your goals and things in your profession that you do, but you notice you've moved away from the city here. So this is kind of an isolation. Got my head down into my stuff, just trying to figure out when this scenario is going to take place. Either your love life is upside down, because obviously we want to see the lovers, you know, upright, right? But maybe there's some, you know, maybe there's some not so good stuff going on in the relationship, or maybe you're having to make a choice about that. You know, do I marry? Do I not marry? We saw that in the 4 of Wands over here. Okay. My sexual life is really good, but I don't know that I'm ready. See, I'm still in this, you know, sisterhood. I'm still in this circles of, you know, do I settle down? Do I not settle down? I don't know, but there's a divine offering that is there, you know, for the taking, right? And the divine offering could be this right here. That could be divinity as a sign of mutual coming together in marriage or relationship status. But we got temperance here, and temperance begs us to talk about balance, okay? Your spiritual balance and your grounded balance. And these are all beautiful cards, right? I mean, I just got this kind of energy like maybe you're just caught in understanding that there's some things going on. Maybe everything's good and you just want to know, right? Like this is confirmation is because sometimes, it's like we don't need validation from other people, but just to hear it like, hey, the only issue I've got is that this right here, this talks about this unhappy family life, so there's something lingering here that's if this were in the fourth position, what you have stabilized yourself, this is your boundaries, this is what's grounded, what's taking place right in the past. And if this is grounded in what's taking place, this is the nostalgia that you're craving. This is the position that you're in, right? Maybe there's just not some nostalgia in this relationship that you're in. And so temperance is saying you need to balance this with your spirituality, showing the Hierophant. There is a traditional view and there is a non-traditionalist view. Maybe those two things are your confrontation here. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But I'm going to pull a few more cards because I'm curious my dadgum self. Yes, I did say dadgum. Okay. So what else about core traits are the curious, playful, always chasing the next idea, the next spark. Gemini, beneath the chatter lies a deep well of insight. So what are we looking into here? We've got the Ace of Pentacles. So there's an offering, garden in the gate. Finances, maybe something's coming in with finances. Or maybe this hinges on your finances. Before I commit, I want to make sure my finances. And it's got you in introspection. So the Hermit shows up here. And the Five of Wands in the reverse position also. I'm going to draw maybe two more cards here. So, I mean, the Ace of Pentacles, that's a beautiful offering, right? Let's look at that, right? Opportunity, prosperity, new ventures. So, I mean, basically all of those signs, it could be an earth sign, also here. So Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, but opportunity, prosperity, new ventures, work, health, stability. And that's got you in introspection. It's got you in the hermit mode, maybe a little isolated. We saw that earlier. Okay. And looks like you've been in this healing state of mind too. So hey, I mean, what's the ordeal? What is it we're trying to confirm? I think maybe the thing is, do I marry this person? Do I not marry this person? And you're seeing the Lovers in the reverse, because really that's what it's trying to say, because the answer here lies in Temperance and the Hierophant and Justice. I mean, these are the manifested cards. You've got Justice here that you're trying to find. I mean, these are the answers you're trying to find. Is this a traditional viewpoint? Is it non-traditional? Lovers, the offering's there. You got this person or relationship that everything seems to be right on track, like in a normal footing, but yet, yeah. So you're deep in introspection with the Hermit card, okay? And then you got the Five of Wands also in the reversed position. So let's go take a look at that as well. Resolution, cooperation, harmony, compromise, understanding, reconciliation, and an agreement. Okay. Maybe there is I'm not seeing what the issue is. Even if you wanted to know, hey, I think I'd get on here and look up some tarot to find out whether or not I'm happy. Surely you can make that decision. I mean, if you're happy or not, but maybe this is contractual. Maybe that this relationship that you're in is based upon a contract. Maybe you're in a contract with something, but I don't know. I mean, so we got the Seven of Swords also. Let's look at that in the reversed position, right? Confession, a truth, an exposure. Okay. Revelation, awareness. Accountability, consequences. Why are we seeing this? Gemini, what is the deal? What's going on here? What are we trying to ask? Stubbornness? Are you sure you're not a Taurus? I'm sorry, I don't mean that offensively, but Taurus can be pretty stubborn, and so can Gemini. And maybe what you're looking for is, um, okay, there's an avoidance taking place here. Um, let's look at something real quick. We see, um, yeah, we're gonna see the Page of Swords. Gossip, impulsiveness, deception, miscommunication, recklessness, overthinking, doubt, superficiality. Still not really answering my question here. So what? I mean, everybody's that way. We always get immature, especially when we're pissed. We do things we don't really say, but I kind of feel like everything's lined out for you. I feel like you know this answer, and maybe you need validation. Maybe you need to know. Um, I think you're just scared. Maybe you have cold feet, right? And that's okay. That's a beautiful thing. But it's begging you to look within, right? This hermit is in the passive feminine position, and it's saying, look, this garden in the gate, you need to take some introspection on it. This is a commitment, you know, and maybe you're really unforsure about it. And I think there's a few things that's got you kind of imbalanced a little bit. And it's does this have to be traditional? Do I have to live a traditional life? Do I have to, maybe you're not so traditional. I don't know. I wished I had a damn answer here. I think what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm puzzled here. Um, Look, if you don't want to get married, don't get married. Period. If people are pushing you, or maybe you feel as though you have to appease somebody or relationship or something in order to, I'm not gonna, okay, say maybe there was a codependency on family or something that you depended upon, maybe some finances, or they're helping you along the way, and you're with a person and they really want to see you married because they're a traditionalist. There's a Hierophant card that showed up. And so in your head you're like, if I pull off the mask and show them that I'm not so traditional, will we still have the support? Okay. And that's just only a question you're going to be able to answer. But I think what I said in the very first is the mask, right? You know what I mean? That sounds kind of harsh, and I don't mean that, but I think the cards are begging you. Temperance is spirituality. It is pulling your spiritual self and your grounded self together, saying that you should be yourself. You should be who you need to be, and regardless of uh, whatever outside influences there are, it doesn't matter. Just because traditional ways were set in stone, that doesn't necessarily mean they're your stone to carry. You know what I mean? And but I feel like you have a decision. Maybe this is about marriage because we saw the Lovers. It's upside down, where should be upright, right? I mean, if you're happy and you're in love. So I guess the question is really asking yourself, am I in love? And is this cold feet, or do I feel like there is some outside influences forcing me in a decision that's lasting and lifelong, which doesn't necessarily mean it's lifelong because people divorce all the time, right? But maybe the traditionalist view is no divorce, or, you know, uh, well, I don't know. This is a tough one. Hmm. My heart's with you, Gemini. I do not know what one, two, three I could give to you. I feel like your focus needs to be asking the hard questions. Take some time. Just get by yourself and really, really recognize that, first of all, your sovereignty is more important than any other people. It doesn't matter. Family, friend, lover, partner, it doesn't matter. Your sovereignty is the most important thing. You can't help a single person, if you're upside down on a decision like that, especially yourself. And I feel like maybe this is weighing super hard on you. So I don't know. Um, I mean, for me, I know exactly. I'm like, duh, if I'm not in love, I damn sure ain't getting married. And for me, it's duh, I am not gonna, say I'm with you forever if I'm a open or a relationship, or I ain't ready to settle down. And especially, I damn sure ain't gonna be on somebody's thumb for money or support or anything like that, so that they have the final controls. They got the hold of the joystick. Like, see, I did that like an Atari. Shows you how old I am. Uh, Xbox control. Okay, sorry, you two finger people now. So I'm saying, I still, you're supposed to be in control of that. So, you know, I've been seeing a lot of these reads lately, and it's kind of like the energy is, we have allowed a lot of people to make decisions for us. Yeah, I get it. When we're younger, we're little kids. Hell, we'll put our hands on a hot stove, right? Get away from the hot stove. You're gonna burn yourself, you idiot. But when we come into our own, we I don't care what age you are, from 18 up, you're considered to be an adult. Put your big girl britches on, your big boy britches on, suck up that belt and be like, Mom, Dad, I love you. I got respect for you, or Grandma, Grandpa, or relationship, or family, or whoever the hell is out there. It's my decision here. And especially to the partner. Because if you ain't communicating that with the one that you're supposed to be with, there's something wrong right there from the very beginning. You know what I mean? And God, boy, that sounds very hard. And I hope that truth sees you with love. I mean, I honestly mean that. I don't mean to disappoint you with that, but sometimes, we need to hear that. And maybe this was just validation for you. So I hope it was. I hope it was validation. Anyway. Okay, so I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to say I love you. I respect you. You're in a tough little spot, but I think you know what you need to do. And I really feel like it's like right there. This is coming up on you. So anyway, I love you, and I hope to see you on the next one. All right.